don't sound dumb. On the spine of the night, won't you take me back home?
Ah, yes, vacation. A break from the everyday.
Ride free with them high falcons in the sun. Ride the thermal on down. Not over 55 in the motor song.
Vacation can mean a million different things to a million different people. There are folks who love to stay at home and simply take a break from the everyday responsibilities for a while. There are those who like to plan grandiose treks to faraway lands to be completely removed from, well, everything that they see on an everyday basis. No matter the preference, vacations are all for the same fundamental purpose: to take a break from the norm.
Got all the Mandalorian characters. Got the Mando. Got the IG droid, Grief Karga, and we got Moff Gideon with the Darksaber. Over here in this pack, got Moff Gideon with the dark boomerang. It's a good joke.
Oh my gosh.
It's a temporary change of pace, a change from everyday life to try and believe that everything, if just for one moment, is perfect. My family has never really done the vacation thing. I don't know if it's because there were, 4 hyperactive sons in the family that always derailed the best laid plans, or if we were just always a little too busy for big, grand trips to places. I do remember a handful of these big trips when I was growing up, but they always seemed like they were spread out. There were several years in between these trips. It wasn't like some of the families that I see now that seem to do something big annually. That seems exhausting to me, actually. My family has always been more prone to doing big dinners together or cookouts together, tailgating at football games together, but we never really consistently do big trips together. This particular family trip to Disney took, basically 2 years to organize, especially with COVID pushing, everything in life back at least a year. And because of all of that, I kind of get this feeling that, this could be the last big family trip that we will all do together. And I tell you what, we absolutely made the most of it. Actually, the parks being held to a limited capacity really helped out tremendously, as no wait time that we experienced was ever really too long to be bearable. It was a nice little trade-off for there not being as many shows, parades, or firework displays going on. And plus, when you travel anywhere with my 4-year-old nephew, his sheer excitement for literally anything that's happening around him rubs off on you as well, and you just kind of enjoy everything.
What did you think of that ride?
Good.
Good? That's it? Anything else you want to say?
As a side note, I have no idea how this 4-year-old kid was able to ride all the rides that he rode without any fear, but he loved them all. From the Goofy Barnstormer ride,
What does Goofy say?
all the way up to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which was one of his favorites. He even loved his mom and dad's favorite ride, Tower of Terror, which I freaked out trying to go on when I was 7 years old.
Really? Now, Gramps, what did you think of Tower of Terror when you went on it?
I went up and down.
But I guess all of this kind of makes sense because the thing that Disney does best is make everyone who is there feel like a kid. We all, kind of regardless of age, felt excited about the atmosphere that they created, the environments that we were in, the sheer immersion that surrounds each and every exhibit or ride or land that you enter into, the fun, the food, not the heat though, never, ever the heat. I will never go back in the summer ever again. But because we all felt childlike in that regard, my favorite memories from this trip will never actually be the activities or the rides themselves, No, my favorite memories are going to be seeing the sheer amount of fun that my family members had. To see my older brother want to take pictures and videos of every single ride that we went on just because he loved chronicling every bit of it. To see my mom just have a blast after wanting to get back here ever since we went as kids some 26 years ago. It may be difficult to organize so many disorganized people for the sake of a trip like this, a trip of this magnitude, but if I'm honest, I would do it all again in a heartbeat just for my mom to have that amount of fun once again. On our final night in the parks before we would get ready to fly home the next day, the last thing we did before they closed was to ride the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh at the request of my mom. Those mini adventures were favorite stories of ours when I was a kid growing up. I must have watched the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh movie countless times, memorized all the little stories that it told. And while I got a lot of pictures and footage and B-roll from this entire trip, for this ride, this final ride, I didn't record a single bit of it. I didn't want the camera getting in the way. I just wanted to ride this ride with my mom. We can choose to look at the end of a good vacation in two ways. We can either be sad that it's drawn to a close and we're returning to our everyday lives, or we can be thrilled that it successfully took us away from our everyday lives, even for just a little bit. And I think there's beauty in both responses. Both responses mean one thing: that vacation created a specific vacuum feeling that, at least for a short while, everything was perfect. And that's the point of getting away. That's the point of a vacation. That's why we did it. That's why we worked for roughly 2 years to plan this out. Everything was perfect, and nothing could possibly go wrong.
Do you guys know how to get to Canada? I'm kind of lost.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's Canada. It's okay. My bad, guys. Craven family reunion!
This is not how I imagined this would go.
Yeah, we're gonna spend every minute together. Every single minute.
I mean, all I wanted was a break.
Did you fly here? That was your break. That was your break, dude. I know we're not staying in the same room. I mean, yes, we're staying next to each other, but we're not in the same room.
I didn't tell you the hotel reservation.
You know what?
Look, I think he's gonna cry.
The Lord works in mysterious ways. Hey, where's your sunglasses? Didn't you find your sunglasses?
Yeah, I lost them already.
That sounds about right.
Quite literally, I lost them already. I found them last week, and I've already lost them again. I've left them on a ride.
All right, well, you wanna go check out Tinkerbell's castle?
Yeah, I guess.
Spider-Man.
Got it.
Venom.
Yes.
I know those two.
Yep.
This has got to be Green Goblin.
Okay, yes, you're right on that. That is Green
so
Goblin.
then this is the Green Lantern, maybe?
No.
Green.
No, the Green Lantern is not Marvel.
Oh.
Would not be in there. They're all bad guys. I'll
Okay,
tell you
this is Sandman.
that. Yeah.
Okay. That is Rhino.
You got
I
it.
don't know.
Yep, Rhino.
Rhino?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So the Spider-Man villains are the most literal villains.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy must be reflective guy.